Yeah? Okay. Don't. Stop picking. I know what you're doing. Get out of here with that. I know exactly what you're doing. Stop it.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Mithras.
The paintings in the baths are focused on Mithras, I understand.
Yes, they are what make this place remarkable.
Okay.
And that is why Sir Rodney came here?
He believed that the golden knife, which is an ancient ritual item, was hidden somewhere around the baths. I admit that it would be wonderful if it were true.
And you are not concerned by the reputation of this artifact?
You mean the curse? Before someone is dead, it is a blessing. After they are dead, well, then it becomes a curse.
So funny. Oh my god.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. What can you tell me about Mithras?
Oh, so much. It was the core of our work. Why do you ask?
Were you seeking the golden knife?
I see you are an amateur. Yes, the golden knife was our grail. It is said that it bears the only text explaining the ritual of the cult of Mithras.
I understand. I read something about immortality.
A myth. The knife would provide immortality only to the worthy one. And yet it is cursed, and it would kill you if you are not initiated.
Tell me about the golden knife, my guy.
Did you expect to find the golden knife at the baths?
Well, Sir Rodney thought that it might be there. Did you observe the knife representations there? They are so extraordinary. And we had hoped that... It is a tragedy that he has passed away, taking all of his secrets with him. As soon as I've been released, I will continue Sir Rodney's researches in his memory.
Do you think he did it? Mr.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Mithras.
Perhaps you could explain the cult of Mithras to me.
No, there is nothing to say. We are not the worthy ones.
But Sir Rodney believed that he was.
He was wrong. I have visions. The golden knife, the mummy. Oh, it's all my fault.
Calm down, Mr. Garrow.
I feel like Yarrow would be like the obvious choice. He deserves a rope. Okay, so unexplained clue. Right, which I think is what I have. Ice weapon. I mean, he seems like he's interested. But now everything is wrong. See, this is what I don't mean. Am I... Yeah, I just fucked everything up now. But he wanted the... That's the one I'm trying to get to, right? I don't want this one, I want this one. Blinkhorn's interest. And everything changes. I'm gonna try this and see if I'm right, but I can't promise anything. And if not, we'll just...
I'm feeling rather uncomfortable. Why have I been put into these cuffs?
I fear that you had better get used to them, Mr. Blinkhorn. They are your reward for the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe.
What? No, that's a lie.
It is regrettable, for you are a talented archaeologist. I will request that you are placed in a prison where you are unable to dig an escape tunnel. That is, of course, if they decide that you shall live.
You...
The consulting detective who salutes your intelligence in performing the perfect crime, yes, but also the gentleman who detests your motivation.
You know nothing.
You wish to be the one who would reveal this to the world.
Is that the golden knife? How...
I also like to dig, you see. I only followed your trail. Such a pity that there is always someone willing to steal your credit, wouldn't you say? And there was the chance of a lifetime. You had to take it. It was not to be shared.
It...
But now I am here, and there is no one who will stop the tread of
Let
justice.
me see if I did any of
Mr.
this right.
Blinkhorn. Goodbye.
I don't know. Do you think we should... I'm still going with this, but I'm going to absolve him and see if that's any better. I got my fucking back. I just want to see. At least we got the right person this time. That's a first. 3 cases in, we're bound to get something right. Holy fuck, how long does this take? Okay. So I'll try that one, and maybe I will be right. I don't remember if it lights up green for both of them.
Mr. Holmes, what happened?
This.
Is that the golden knife? How?
I also like to dig, you see, Mr. Blinkhorn. One never knows what one might find. Occasionally, remarkable rarities, such as this. The thrill of the discovery, and one's own enhanced reputation. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, are you suggesting that...
I am not suggesting anything. I know. You found the knife. You are an intelligent man. The ghost knife shall remain one of the most ingenious constructions I have seen in my career, I do assure you.
I don't understand.
Yes, you do. I am praising your performance, your perfect murder.
What? Wait, are you accusing me of murder? No, I deny it.
Mr. Blinkhorn, it is no use to deny it. I know the truth. You had no choice, because it was you who found the golden knife, and therefore you had to be the murderer. Sir Rodney was determined to receive all the credit for the find, when in fact it was your work. He would have crushed you to be sure that you could never tell the truth. But I uphold the truth, and I will tell it.
What do you mean? That you will save me?
What I mean is that you deserve a second chance. I shall be following your career with the keenest interest, Mr. Blinkhorn. Farewell.
Was that one right? Oh, it's like literally up to me. Yeah, I think this guy just gets another chance due to his ingenious ingenuity of how to commit a perfect murder. I will accept this decision. We got the right person. Sounds like a fucking Game of Thrones novel. An omnivorous raider. The Abbey Grange affair.
The game is afoot, not a word. Into your clothes and come.
Man, I would be the same way if
I'll
someone
wait for you in the sitting room.
woke me up in the middle of the night.
I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade, a letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
Oh, sweet. I get the cast of the Silver Knight hat. Cool. I felt justified in that. It appears to be a case of murder. That is quite the scene.
The letter is on the table, Holmes.
I thought I
should
told
take
you
a
to
look.
take a look. Mr. Holmes, today is the first time that I have been allowed to write a single letter, and you are the first person whom I wish to address. I repent all that I have done, but at the same time I find myself grateful for your uncovering the truth. It has given me an enormous life lesson. I also thank you for my conditional sentence, for soon I may be able to live a fulfilling life once again and not be condemned by society. Yours sincerely, Percival Blinkhorn. Fun.
This is where
Yeah,
I
of
keep
course,
my post.
right underneath. Okay, sorry. Letters on the table, is that what you just said? Watson, where's the letter?
The letter is on the
Yeah.
table.
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter. The Brackenstall family coat of arms. A wax seal with the monogram E.B.
Abbey Grange, Marsham, Kent. My dear Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I will see that everything is kept exactly as I have found it. But I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace there. Yours faithfully, Inspector Lestrade. Where are we going, baby?
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the EB monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally composed the letter he sent to me.
What's up?
All of that
Happy
makes
Saturday.
for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime.
How are you?
Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately.
I feel terrible that I don't know where any of these
I
places
live in
are.
hope of an interesting morning.
We're still living in the past, unfortunately. So sad. So very sad. I got my COVID booster today. Oh my god. This is probably like the most stiff my arm has felt in my 3 doses. Also, one of our technical guys came in and he's like, yeah, really excited for you to be starting on Wednesday. And then he slapped my arm because the till faces this way. But he just like, he hit my COVID arm and I was like, And anyway, and that is how I have to tell you the fact that the engineer and I spoke for 15 minutes yesterday and I still have not been verbally told by him if he's got a girlfriend. Yeah, I got the booster because heck yeah. Gotta do my part or something, considering we're back in lockdown again. It's not lockdown. It's a lockdown. I don't care what this fucking is. It's a lockdown. I love these awkward elevator rides. And I know we're in like a cab, but like it's an elevator. It's an awkward elevator ride. And it is so fucking cold here. It's like gonna be -20 tonight. Dear God, how gaudy.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
I know, right? I have to
And
stay the
why
course.
is
I'm not
that?
letting him get away. He
Lady
just doesn't know it.
Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an
Because
account
I
there that there is not
mentioned
much
to
left
him
for us to
that
do.
I was like
You
moving
remember that
upstairs
Lewisham
come
gang of
Monday.
burglars?
I got a
What,
high
the
five.
3 Randalls?
And I was
Exactly.
complaining about the fact that I'm
My
like, oh my
father,
God,
2
now he's got to
sons.
like 6
It's
a.m. and
their
walk
work.
Roman.
They stole a
And it's so
silver
cold. And he's
service,
like,
which
that's
is of great
been my
value.
life.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall
Like,
is
since I
dead.
came here, because he's got another
Yes.
dog.
His head was
I
knocked in
know.
with
And
his
then we
own
teamworked
poker.
while he got on top
violent
of a
act of
table and
aggression.
fixed a light. And I was like,
Yes, the
here,
poor
I'll hold the
lady.
table by sitting on
She has
it.
had a most dreadful experience.
Oh, yeah. Did I not tell you
She
got a new
was
job?
assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear
Yeah,
her
yeah, yeah.
account of the
I applied
facts.
for a full-time
She's
position
in the morning room with her maid to raise a right.
end of October.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room.
And yeah,
We haven't
this is my
touched
last day
anything.
at the store.
All right, I'm going to
I'm-
examine it.
12 years
Very
done.
good,
The
Watson.
store. Yeah, they had a full time. Oh no, sorry. I'm still in the basement. I'm a little cold. Yeah, it's up in the offices. And I start on Monday. And I have to wear pants again and no longer leggings because it's
Lord
an adult
Ramsay
job.
Brackenstall.
Sorry, what's the guy's last name? Who is this guy?
Lady Brackenstall awaits you
Brackenstall.
in the morning.
I'm looking at this picture of that
Lord
totally
Brigham
looks like Charles
Brackenstall.
Darwin, but as you were. Derby, pants are the worst. I 100% agree. That's why I wear leggings. Unfortunately, I cannot wear those at my job. Such the worst.
Sir Warthen Brackenstall.
What a stern-looking gentleman. He's gonna stare right in your soul. I don't care what anybody says. That's Charles Darwin right there. Fight me.
Lord George Brackenstall.
He kind of reminds me of Ben Franklin, but just like that disappointment look on his face. 2 years. Yeah, what are people gonna do when they're gonna be forced to go back into the office? Put pants on? Fuck no. Joggers. All the way. I love being in leggings. It's like literally all I wear. What am I gonna do?
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in
Well,
the room.
excuse me, I don't know what a waiting room is, okay? That's literally me, Tangled. I always scoffed at the legging trend until I wanted to do like a midnight 30 run to Tim Hortons because I was fucking hungry during exams and all my jeans were like drying, and I bought a pair of leggings like on sale. And I put them on with my rain boots and I ran out and I was like, well, I am never taking these off. And that's when I knew I had fucked up. Jesus, it's bright. Why is it so bright?
Ladies, allow me to introduce
Jesus.
myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
Right? You have that and you're
I
like,
am
no,
sorry
I
for
can't
your
go
loss.
back.
Please
And they've
accept
only
my
gotten better.
deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Yeah, what happened to your face?
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Right.
Yes, madam. It
Yeah,
is.
just put some pants on.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30.
I'm the same. I'm the same
I
thing.
sat in this
I'm like,
room
if
until
anybody
after
wants to
11,
disparage leggings,
absorbed
fight
in a
me,
book. Before
and I will
went
win
upstairs,
because of
I
my
entered
range
the
of
dining room
motion
to fetch a
in
candle
my
and-
leggings.
Oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window,
I'm sorry, I
I found
didn't realize
myself
we
face
had
to face with an
windows
elderly, broad-shouldered man
on
who had
countries.
just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the
I
ground.
can tell.
And then...
She was out cold.
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair.
Oh,
It was at that instant
pair
my
right now.
unfortunate husband
It's not my
entered the room.
joggers.
He
You know what the
fought
note,
with
like the worst thing
intruders.
is? I have bought leggings
Yes,
like
I think
across
he had heard
multiple
them,
different
for he
like
was holding
companies
his
and stuff
stick.
like that.
But they were three,
The
and he
Lululemon
eventually
is still the
succumbed.
best.
One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker.
A poker.
I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
He gave me a high five. He's like, oh my god, that's
Did
great,
these
good for
three
you.
villains steal anything?
I was like,
Yes,
thanks.
I found that they had
Girlfriend,
taken the
fuck
silver
off.
from the sideboard. But you can see for yourself in the dining room.
This is gonna, yeah, I was gonna say, this is gonna be a long one. Her face is messed up. Fresh bruises. I know, right? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm like, well, I'm not in my health and safety coordinating role yet. So here, let me just sit on this table while you get on top of the table and we're gonna fix the light. Then we bitched about his boss because his boss is, oh my god, fucking crazy. She's a real piece of work. And then he was talking about this other woman who he was apparently just tapped to get contractors in to like paint the walls and do the glass window. And that was it. And then like now she keeps tapping him for everything. And I was like, oh, well, you've met her. She's going to annoy the ever living fuck out of you. And he's like, she doesn't fuck off. And I was like, I know. Tell me about it. Man, I have been dealing with her for 12 years. I know. Always all this. Oh, look at this. And I'm like, I know. Welcome to the company, man. I don't know what to tell you. But then I asked him, I was like, so how was your New Year's? Did you do anything exciting? With your fucking girlfriend. And, all I goes, no, like me and a couple of friends just hung out and we just kind of had some drinks. And I was like, oh, that sounds so exciting. Was your girlfriend there? Oh, yeah, no. So basically, if he's either on the factory floor, he can go up two different ways to where engineering is. There's actually multiple different ways to get to the engineering office. But, like, he can potentially pass right by my section of cutout wall. That is my area. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh. I feel like that's a sign of class if she's got pale cheeks. Oh, shit. Hang on. I just saw it. Kangaroo. Oh, Australian origin. Ooh, bougie. Yeah, she's rich. Ooh, sorry. There we go. Oh, there it is. Chances are very good. Are you not in a happy marriage? I'm sorry. Are you
mentioned that your marriage was not a
counselor?
happy one. Was there anything
Chances
specific
are so good.
that was troubling
I
you?
don't know. Why won't he tell me he has a girlfriend?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk.
Fuck.
And he suffered from
Derpy.
dark moods, but
Man
nothing
opinion.
else.
What the fuck? Sorry, what?
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Is your husband be you?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard.
Maybe.
To be tied to such a man
But
for
like,
life
do you?
is
Okay, so
worse
Derpy
than death.
got a little workplace crush on one of the engineers
Your
that has
ladyship.
started with the company, and I have never been told personally by him that he has a girlfriend that he brought over with him from the UK. I just heard through the grapevine. So anytime I ask questions, I'm like, oh, so what did you do on New Year's? Oh, nothing. Me and a couple of friends just hung out. Not like my girlfriend and I went to a friend's place and we hung out and we just had some drinks. Yeah, that guy. No, not that. Yeah. That guy. What the hell, Derby? Fuck. Anyway, so I just confused. Because I feel like these are specific things that you can mention. Oh, like my girlfriend and I went here. We did this weekend. We hung out and did this. I don't get that. I'm confusion. Hello, Teresa. Let's have a conversation.
Teresa, I would like to hear your
Yes,
testimony.
please.
Certainly, sir.
What do you know about last night?
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. If I'd known...
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I
I'm
ran
trying to hear
to
her
find
accent,
her tied to the chair and him on the
and
floor
I
with
can't
his head
because the
smashed.
furnace is on.
That's all I know.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So true. I hate how this is like described. This woman is old. She has wrinkles. No, she's not. Bingo, bingo. I'm trying to like figure out how to like work that in because I feel like every single question I've asked can be like my girlfriend and I. Also, he told me that his dog back home had a best friend that lived in the, like, I guess, the back garden, the house, whatever. Anyway, in the back garden, his dog made a friend with a black lab, and the dog's name was Joe. And I love when dogs have people names. I don't know why. It just makes me super happy. What you holding there? Oh, hang on. It like didn't kind of register, but it sort of did. Yeah, she does have working hands, and she's got a coffee stain. My fucking shoulders are also just a mess right now. Anyway, what's up? Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened. Right, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I too am reading into it. Maybe he thinks I already know. I don't, technically. Yeah. I don't know. And like, you know what? I can't imagine coming over as like a partner of someone to a country like you probably can't get a visa because that was my mom's issue, right? When she went over with my dad, she couldn't get a visa to work, so she was at home all the time. Oh my god. How am I meant to deal with it? I know. I'm getting mixed messages. I'm confusion. Also gonna sneeze. Ugh. All of these different conflicting signs. I don't know. And, like, maybe it's putting undue pressure on the relationship. I'm invested too, mostly for me, because, like, fuck. But, like, who's to say life's not miserable, right? But maybe he feels obligated to take care of her because he asked her to, like, uproot her life. I also think originally she was from Slovakia. I think. This is all the unconfirmed information that I don't know about. Just hearing through the grapevine. Fuck. Oh, yeah. No. I'm invested, but, like, the realist in me is already like, it's fine. Just kind of do what you got to do. And if you already know what the end game is. Do you know what I mean? I know when you do have like a cute little crush on somebody, it just like blindsides you. And yeah, I'm 100% invested. Also 100% realistic because, like I said, my brain already knows. My brain is confused because it's like, well, then why are we doing this, this, and this? Or this, and this? It's very weird. Gotta be realistic, yeah. Always just in the background. It's very strange. It's very strange to me. Randall Gang's burglary. The Randall Gang is back on the street. Less than a fortnight ago, the infamous family of burglars, the Randalls, as they are known, made their reappearance by way of a brutal but successful intrusion into one of the wealthier homes in... Oh my god, Shangled, how do you say that? Snydenham? The police are already on their trail. However, the details of the crime are being kept confidential, including the name of the victim. A witness was able to provide a precise description of all three men, and this will surely give the police a chance to complete their profile of this family of delinquents. Sydenham. Fuck. I was having problems pronouncing Evesham. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. We would take the liberty of reminding our esteemed readers about this highly dangerous band and to provide the full description as it is available at this moment. The gang has been in business for some considerable time, being a family of three, a father and his two sons. The elder, Jack Randall, is a man in his 40s, already gray-haired, well of average height and build. Being the mastermind behind the burglaries, he retains control over his sons, both of whom are close in age, but different in appearance. The first son, William Randall, is tall and broad-shouldered with a small, disproportionate head. What a description. The younger brother, Melvin, is of somewhat weaker constitution and is skinny as a rake. The gang is wanted not only for their frequent thefts and break-ins, but for their exceptionally brutal pirate career that they enjoyed before returning to England. Be alert, and may your valuables stay safe. Peace.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall.
It is until it's not, until I get frustrated with the puzzles, and then I'm like, fuck it. Skip. That was me last night. I'm like, this isn't working for me. Skip. I don't like this. Skip. Okay, we got our first thing. That's good. I can't make that assumption yet. I don't know. Okay. I'll just back out of this. I did finish Pokemon, yeah. We just sort of fucked around for a little bit, and I was like, there's quite literally, like, there are more challenges I can do. However, we need to increase our level, and you do that by battling trainers, which I pretty much cleared everybody. I actually went back and rebeat all the gyms again, except for Viridian City, except for Tactical Neck. And then you can take on the Elite Four as well again, or you can do battles and catch Pokemon. And I'm like, kind of over that right now. Pretty good. So I was just like, we've done the Elite Four. I think we're pretty much good to go. I did enjoy it. Yeah, it was very like nostalgic for me because I loved Pokemon Yellow. It was a good game. And that was the second last one in the series I played. My last one being Gold. It was cute. I didn't like having to share like my XP between catching and battling. I just wanted to battle. Let me fucking battle. But it came out in and around that golden time of Pokemon Go, and picture scratches.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame.
Can I touch it? Can I touch it? Safe.
This is Sir Eustace's safe.
We're gonna play more Pokemon at the end of the month. There's a new one coming out, and I think we're gonna get that one. Object of interest. It's an objet d'art. Oh, small table. A photograph. 2 women.
This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one?
A port. It was taken at a port. Can I unlock and load? I can. Give it to me. Oh, Gibraltar.
So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
Okay, we'll just take the photo. Okay. And that's apparently all there is. I don't even know what this one is about. And it like is supposed to be the beginning of like some region that I don't remember. So right, everybody collected the cards, but nobody in my group when we were collecting the cards wanted to learn how to play the cards. So we just collected them because they were fun and pretty. May we speak? Talk to me about the safe.
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it.
You better get cracking.
Your ladyship?
We gotta open it.
My mistress is very tired. Can't you allow her to her room?
What kind of accent is that? It's like a... What is that? What? Where did Lestrade go? Oh, there you are.
The body is still in the dining room where the murder took place.
You say. Murder? What's that? Nothing of interest.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
You should. You're the fucking doctor. Also, why are you not? Mantelpiece. What about it? Something weird has happened. I don't even know. Oh, hang on.
It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me.
Well, how tall are you? Are you of average height? Oh, we should also maybe make sure not to step on the body, because I do tend to do that by accident.
A decanter standing
also,
next
my
to the
boss,
open
whom I've
bottle,
only worked
an
with
inseparable
for
pair
4-ish
indeed.
months or so, got me a really nice bottle of rye. And, like, I'm eyeing it over there, and I'm like, what's to stop me right now? The fact that it's 10:30 at night? The fact that I gotta get up at 7:30 tomorrow?
Chateau Calon Ségur, French wine, Grand Cru.
Oh, en français. Oui.
There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured.
Well, we all can't be perfect.
This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other 2 are clear.
Well, it do be like that. Is that the rope that we're looking for? Yeah, it is.
Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take him with me.
Basically, yeah, I was going to say, we're going to go and get Toby.
This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. There's some broken things here. Am I, yeah, examining that. Oh, hang on.
These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France. An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents.
Dastards.
This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen.
Maybe... Oh.
A bottle of wine
Is it the one on the
missing here.
table?
The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware.
Well, now, isn't that interesting? Oh.
Antique hunting weapons.
Well, he quite obviously is a hunter.
A trapper's hut. A trapper's hut.
I hate how I have to look at all of that. No, we're going to look for now. We're going to look at the dead body.
So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
That's what you think.
That must be the murder
That's citric
weapon.
acid.
Quite a large stick. A formidable weapon. Barefoot. He had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress.
I mean, he looks pretty dressed to me.
The head was cracked with the force of the blow.
Is that it? What else am I looking at? The shtick, the feet. Apparently that's everything here.
The head.
Are we good? Are we golden? Not the fireplace.
It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
Ooh, may I?
A deer hunt. A deer hunt. This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there.
Cold there too? Okay, I'm glad. It's not Canada cold. So, my mother and I live about an hour and 30 minutes apart. She's east-north of me. It's going to be minus 24 there tonight. It will be minus 20 where I am. Yes. Like, I was so cold this afternoon. And then I got cold taking Roman for his daily walk. I shouldn't say anything. It's his walk. I don't know. I don't know why I live in a place where the air hurts my face. It's actually quite rude. But I hate to say it, Shangold, honestly, like this winter has been so mild. Like I was wearing sneakers, taking Roman for a walk on Boxing Day. That is incredible. Nobody feels like, and snow-wise, we haven't gotten a lot of snow. Minus 27, Derby, what the fuck? Oh my god, yeah, no, I'm such a fucking baby in the cold. It's also like my poor blood vessels in my hands. Like if my hands get cold, good day. I am fucking cold. Listen, Alberta was minus 50, okay? Parts of Alberta were minus 50. Sometimes Canada's colder than fucking Mars. Love it. I love that for us. Okay. Dead body. Nope. Good, good. That's 2 clues. Could have been due to the poker blow. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah, it's because they just had a disgusting cold snap. And the prairie provinces are very flat. So, yeah, it was like 2 weeks that they were like minus 45, minus 47, minus 50. Gloves from the petrol station? Damn. I don't even think, no, they don't. See, that's the hilarious thing. They don't prepare you for that. They're like, sorry, you should know better. You live in Canada. Do you need some washer fluid? Maybe some windshield wipers. You may have that. See, minus 3 to me is like, yes, that's great. However, deceptive. When I was in New York City, it was like minus 2, minus 3. And I was like, oh, fuck. That's like spring weather. So I brought my rain boots and a coat. And it was so fucking damp. That minus 2, minus 3 felt like it was minus 12. It was a cold I had never experienced before, even being in Canada. I was like, why? It's the water. Like, I imagine for me, if I were to go there right now, minus 3 would be like minus 20 to me. No, what the fuck? No way. How did he do that? I imagine you guys. Derby, there you were minding your own goddamn business and a man crashed into a tree. Was he okay before I laughed? Was he okay? I don't know how he managed that, but was he okay? That's true. I can't believe that. And he drove off after hitting a tree? What? How did he do that? Dead body. Fireplace grate. Yeah. Sorry, what? A poker blow. Yeah. Something is 100% wrong with that. Like, what if the car was no longer safe? I mean, I feel like this is perpetuating. If I were to say criminals identified and from Australia, I feel like that's perpetuating a bit of a myth. Even though Australia was for that in the beginning. It was snowing all day. Yeah, and I guess, like, I don't know, how prevalent are snow tires in the States? Like, I think snow chains are more popular, right, Derby? Because here, Shankled, we have 2 sets of tires that we deal with. We have what we call our snows or our winter tires, and then our summer tires. And at about minus 7, you switch your summer tires off for your winter ones. Now, your winter tires are made of a softer rubber, so they don't get hard as it gets colder. They continue to stay malleable, which makes it more drivable. Yeah, I also would have thought they're pretty common, but when I was visiting my parents in Illinois the one time, they were like, "Oh, we might be getting ready for some snow, so make sure you guys get your snow chains on." I'm like, "Are those literal chains that they put on tires? What the fuck?" Okay, I think I've done all I can do now. So what am I doing? So yeah, so they're a little softer, just especially for us, because like Canada's kind of fucked in the weather department right now. Like, we get a lot more freezing rain. Yeah, much better tread. It just so when normal tires, that's why we always kind of advocate for 2 sets and not like just all seasons, because like summer or all season tires, the rubber gets too firm, and as it drops, there's no traction essentially. So we I've always had them. My parents were firm believers in it, but sometimes you just see, like, for example, a two-wheel drive car, if it's a front wheel driving vehicle, then people will just put snows on the front because the back's not going to do anything for you, right? But you'll always put 4 tires on. Gripping in the snow. Although sometimes it is a little funny when I kick my back end out and I'm like, yeah, drifting. Okay, let's get around the corner safely though. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. So when it starts to get like when it gets below 7 degrees Celsius is when you should change to winter. But a lot of people will let it go. Like mostly in Canada, what we do is, oh, it's getting colder. It's colder. Okay, we should really get the snows on. First snowfall, everybody panics. Never fails. Yeah, so normally, like, you shouldn't drive in your winter tires in the summer because the heat, it's the exact opposite, right? The heat will make the tires become more firm and they'll lose traction. Like, you will ruin the tread on them. That's what I've been told. That might not be 100% accurate. I digress. Because we live in snowpocalypse sometimes. Not like we used to. Like December 1st used to hit. Canada would see snow until fucking April. Now we get like snow, and then for most of December we were in the positives more than we were in the negatives. Including at night. Like it was wild. I need to collect my hound. Ooh, this is Toby.
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case.
Look at him.
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
Are we just taking the dog to our new location, which is Abbey Grange? Yeah, I think I need some new ones too. They're so expensive though. Like, it's incredible. Why are tires so expensive? I got used winter ones, like slightly used. That's what a lot of people do. They'll just, either they upgrade their vehicles and they sell their snows.
Such, Toby.
See, Jinkle, you need yourself a good mechanic like that, because if you can get away with it for like another year, it saves you from having to dish out. Like, I don't know how expensive tires are over there, but like here, brand new, like depending on your size, like I'm lucky my car can take 2 different sizes, but like I would dread to think if I had to get 18-inch. Fucking, because as my summer tires are 18-inch, my winters are 16. Can I run? Not well, but I can hobble along here. Look at me go. I've always wanted to be a dog. Look at those beautiful ears. I feel like we're about to step into like a haunted mansion.
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
I mean, also true. Usually I have to ask a man, I'm like, are these tires good? What's the tread like? Can you tell me? I'm confused. I don't know how to look at tread. $120? Seriously? Fuck me. God, no. Ours are so much more expensive. It's incredible. You're talking like a brand new set. Let's just say winter tires, because like there's different brands for, of course, everything, right? And like if you are getting like a new pair of like, let's just say 16-inch. Yeah, I was gonna say, Derby, that's like one tire here. You're looking at like almost 1,000. Sorry, did I just go the wrong way? I did. Being a dog is hard. Beep beep, human. Out of the way. Oh yeah, depending on like if you're getting the Cadillac of tires, oh buddy, like, oh my god. And they get more expensive like if you have a truck, right? Because depending on your truck size, what tires your truck takes, SUVs. Oh, I know. That's why a lot of people are like, they'll buy slightly used, right? As long as the tread's still good, they'll buy used. Like, who's the fucking $1,000 for 4 tires? Like, it's incredible. Whoa, I looked at the wrong time up on the screen for that one. My eyes.
Brave Toby. The best nose in the British Empire.
Yeah? Am I going outside? Evidently not. Am I going back in? Sometimes I'm an idiot. Oh, I have to check all of them, but I don't remember where they all are.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this
Okay,
wall.
well, they left, though. I think we talked about this, right? I gotta check the well. What is it, Lassie? Ooh.
There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
The bucket.
If only I had something with which I could lift that object.
Okay, just put that back for now, then. Put it all back. Put it all the fuck back. Go to the shed. Get slightly used if you can. And then just ask your mechanic if it's good quality tread. I lost the shed, guys. Where's the shed? Ah, found it. It's all good. Whoop.
Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved. Small gardening tools. Nothing of great interest.
See, I'm more concerned about when I have to buy because my summers are on their way out. Mine are 18-inch and they are a thinner kind of like sportier tire, so that's going to be fun.
This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty.
I don't know, though. Can I have the hook? Give me the hook.
This hook
It
might be
very
useful.
Okay, back to the well. We gotta fetch Timmy out of the well.
There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
Oh my god, dude, I can imagine. Oh no. Like, what do you do? Can I have... Please don't make me have to do this myself. Okay, I was gonna say. I love presents.
Silverware. This is hardly
Maybe
a
they got caught and
coincidence.
they were coming back. What do we got here? It's a very beautiful fork.
The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
I love how they're burglars robbing, like, obviously a very important lord and lady, and the first thing they did was, I gotta go for the silverware. I was gonna say, you wouldn't feel anything. I love it, though. Yeah, but what if? You're not sure. What do you drive again? I don't know if you ever told me. I love cars that just go and go and go. That's the best part. I was gonna say there's no. Okay, good. Would be perpetuating a myth. Honda Civic. Oh, girl, that car gonna last you a lifetime. I love it. My fucking first car was a Dodge Neon. Really? Isn't that interesting? I guess that makes sense, but I'm not... like, I'm surprised at the same time. Very, very interesting. Excuse me. And excuse me again. Thank you so much. Pardon me. I must speak with the lady. Madame, may we speak?
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Are you?
Your ladyship?
Milady.
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
What kind of accent is that? Madame, where are you from? Originally. 2015 Toyota Corolla. See, Toyota is the only one car nobody in my family has ever had. Oh my god. My brother is getting his girlfriend into gaming. And so he keeps asking me, he's like, what do I need? What do I need? Do I need this? How do I do this? My goodness. Mine was like a 2000. No, was it a 99? Might have been a 99 Dodge Neon. I don't know what I'm doing now. What am I doing now? I'm going back to Baker Street. 175. Interesting. Oh my god, yes. Those things go forever though. Sorry. He's just asking, like, how do I do this? What do I do next? How do I do this? Yes. Game. Load. Ples.
Well, Holmes, do you have a lead?
Dr. Watson, it's Mr. Isa Whitney. He says it's urgent.
Isn't that the fellow we found in the opium den while I was undercover?
Or am I mistaken?
Or am I mistaken?
Yes, the gentleman whom I wrote about in The Man with a Twisted Lip. But I must go. This addiction of his causes irreversible damage.
In that case, I shall continue the investigation alone.
I hope that you'll tell me everything when I return.
Why does he remind me of somebody? Is it the train conductor from Polar Express? I've never seen that movie. I can't tell you why. There we go.
Let us see how the rope was cut.
Derby, I actually took an Impreza out for a test drive. And I loved it. I loved driving it. It was really fun. It was the same year as my Mazda. And it had like 35,000 K on it, where my Mazda had 72 when I bought it. My problem is they were in and around the same price, but the Mazda just came with more toys. Like the Subaru was a very plain Jane vehicle, and that doesn't bother me. But I also don't use my phone when I'm navigating. I prefer to have a sat nav. And, you know,
the fibers at the end of the rope
just
are
no good for me.
smoothly cut.
If I could choose, though, I want one of those little
Let us
cross-trek
try to find
ones.
out what tool was used to cut the rope.
I want one so badly. Sorry, what do you need me to do? I really wasn't...
The fibers from this cut appear to be
Okay.
different.
What do you want me to do now? What? Oh. Okay.
If I cut the rope with a knife, it
Okay.
matches the original.
Oh my god, Derby. How much do you love it? I really want one. Sharp knife, knotted rope. Sailor's background. Okay. What are you doing now? I think I must have missed something at Abbey Grange. I think they're so fun. Like, they were out of my budget at the time when I was looking at buying my vehicle to cross treks. So I was very sad and disappointed. And any used one I found, like, for a decent, like, range, they were like 25 grand. And I was like, oh, okay. Sorry. Can't afford that. Yeah, that is true. But it is true, right? It's everything you want it to be. I guess, and that's what I think I like about it. It's just like it kind of sits high enough where you're like, okay, yeah, I like this, but you don't feel like you're driving an SUV, and I think that's what I liked about them. Apparently, I've missed something in this godforsaken room, but I don't know what.
Let us try to open this safe.
Okay.
This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
You start left, right? Or do you start right? I don't even remember anymore. Oops.
Let us try to open this safe.
Right, left, right. It's
This
never mind.
safe
Sorry.
can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
It's not vibrating. I think I missed it. I think I missed it. The thing, yeah, they moved and then I was like,
Let us
oh
try
shit.
to open this safe.
Okay, you start
This
right,
safe
left, right,
can
right?
be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial.
I've got my eyes wide and I need to keep blinking. Sorry. What? It's moving, but it's also not like... I'm confusion. Okay, that's what I was looking for. There. It's like you see it moving, you can't just hit it. You have to like wait for it to like freak out a little bit. Then you may do it. Medical report, you say. Oh, let's take a look. Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of hepatic decompensation. Last time that we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with light yellow. There is a particular odor from your breath that is common in those suffering from liver damage. Then there are the lung abscesses that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by... and... Do you ever just, like, look at words and you're, like, stuck on the fact that it says anal? Anyway, there's something going on with the nervous system, which in turn is caused by an excess of alcohol. That includes the tremors. Your liver seemed excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of an evolving cirrhosis. There are also signs of ascites, fluid of the... what? These are very, very special words that I can't pronounce, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates a pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I'm available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options. My man has a lot of things going on right now.
Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without
Why?
care.
Yeah, because he's got dollar bill stacks.
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.
Madam.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Oh. Listen to this lady
Sir
talk.
Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behavior.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead. But a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before.
And she got married?
One with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was especially hard for her.
Okay. What accent is that? Yeah. I mean, that's literally what she just said, right? Legitimately what she just said. Okay, y'all have nice time in the day room. Sitting room? Day room. What do you have to say? Oh, never mind. Okay.
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
He deserves to burn in hell
the
for that
alcohol
alone.
seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
He set a fucking dog on fire. What the fuck do you mean?
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard,
Yes,
Mr. Holmes.
thank you. It was
And
Toby.
where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, and the dog. Don't forget the dog. Okay. So, what do you want from me now? We can't really make any educated guesses because we don't really have anything that we can do. Sorry, this is from the previous case. Will be met in current case. Okay, so I need to start making connections, I guess. Sailor background. Okay. Poker blow. Which I think is what we've, yeah, established. Well, they do sort of match. How can we... Or poker blow. There could be that. There could be that. Mm-hmm. And if that gets changed, then what? Was probably a sailor. Okay. So, I think we're on the right track. Because I was going to say, there's no possible way we can figure that out. We're missing a key character still. Okay. Search for possible sailor suspects. From fucking where? I gotta search the archives. Okay, we're going back to Baker Street. Schenkel, did you ever watch the Sherlock thing with, that, what's that, isn't he that one actor? Derpy, did you ever watch it? Like, did you watch it the whole way through? Because I did not. I only saw the first... second series? Yeah, that's the guy. I should really remember his last name. It's the same last name as my doctor. My actual doctor. Okay, let's just search the archives. Nope.
My search must be focused upon the ship's name and year of voyage.
I really want to learn about the flying lobsters. Papa strikes Whitechapel. But, like, I'm actually going the wrong way. 3. He was great in Sherlock. I've heard the series kind of fell off a bit though, and I think I actually only saw the first series. The Arrival, Derpy, you would really like it, I think. It is really good. He does a really good job. The Arrival of the Rock of Gibraltar. A ship returned. A bulk carrier from the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, Cunard Building, James Street, London, has returned from a 6-month voyage through India, New Zealand, and Australia. The ship brought to England Miss Mary Fraser, heiress of the Fraser family owning land in tin mines in Australia. This reportedly beautiful young lady is presently engaged to Sir Eustace Brackenstall, one of the wealthiest gentlemen in Kent.
Here it is.
Okay. What do you want me to do with this information? Wiggins, where's the boy?
The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the
Martin Freeman. Oh my God, amazing!
I think
like
that if
he's
you
so
pretend
great.
you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
And
I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
Mark Gatness. Mark Gatness can do anything, and he's perfect. We have not talked about season 2 of The Witcher because I have not seen the first season. I don't know anything about it, and like I'm afraid. Like, you know, when Netflix gets a hold of things, I am a little afraid.
Brave Toby.
I
The best
want to speak
nose
to
in
the boy.
British Empire.
Let me speak to the boy. I know.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
Why does he remind me? Like, he looks like someone. Who am I trying to think of? Like somebody from The Who in the heyday. Is it Keith
my
Moon?
young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893 and their current employment.
I know. Everybody says that I gotta watch it. I just don't know what it's about.
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
3 hours later.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
Here's your half a guinea. Sorry, which table did you put on that one? Thank you.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady
Wait,
Brackenstall
is there multiple
and her
time?
maid
Is there normally
made their
multiple?
voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
To be honest, I actually don't even know what I'm looking for. I think we're getting closer. No, we're not. Oh, so he's a bad boy, but he's really like a bad boy with a heart. That's your derpy. Yeah, see, that was another thing. I was like, shit, do I need to read the novels first? Should I play the game? What needs to come first? I'm a little concerned. My COVID arm is becoming more and more stiff. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what we're looking for. I was not really paying attention.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Sure. I guess. Oh, never mind. It's...
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Cross him off the list. That's what you need to do.
I do not think that this sailor has any connection.
Of course,
to
I
the
am so
case.
sorry. I'll just go fuck myself.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot
You
be
just got to
involved.
keep sort of knocking him off the list here. So we're looking for Chill, Crocker, Walker, and Partridge. Okay. Oh.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time
Listen,
of the crime.
I'm just crossing people off, okay? I'm gonna need you to just fuck off with this. Okay, he's obviously not it.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
On the boat? Oh, you can just dive right into it, eh? How many episodes in the first season? The first series? Okay, so it's either Jack Crocker or Thomas Walker.
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
Is that our guy?
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall...
Looking for Walker now. Oh, there it is.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. Captain Jack
He
Crocker
would be a captain,
is our
wouldn't he?
mysterious visitor. He
Oh,
was the
that's
only
it?
one around
Oh,
at
that's
the
not
time
too
of the
bad.
murder.
My gray matters? Okay, so we want Jack Crocker. Whoops. Oops.
This
Betty Crocker.
Do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Okay. Oh, are we talking to you? Do I need to talk to you? Wiggins.
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
He looks like some time later. He reminds me of Keith Moon. I don't know why.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon
He's a very
understand
gruff-looking
why.
individual. I am quite terrified of him.
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her, from when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this
Murder?
instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... and what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right if there was no evidence.
What then?
I don't know. I'm learning as we go here too, my guy. Honest. Okay. Oh, sorry. Strong build. Wow. No, nothing? Really? Should I be looking for something? I don't know what I'm looking for. Don't know what I'm looking for. Clean boots. Okay. Oh. A sea knife, which he could use to stab me. I don't know. I'm missing something. I don't know if it's like here or something. Sometimes you have to be like very, very, very... I don't know. Oh, there. See? Found it. Newspaper ink. You tied her up.
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call
Yes.
that evidence?
Because of the sailor's knots.
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Sharp. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
That's nice. Look
It
at
was
me.
an
I'm
emergency.
swapping the
There
back.
was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening,
Gentlemen.
gentlemen.
Good day.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No, there is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what's
How is his hand not roasting by the open
So,
fire?
we must work with what we have. We have all the
Do we?
puzzle pieces.
Do we?
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
Do we? I looked for a sailor. Okay, guys. What are we thinking? Do we think he's the killer? Sir Eustace was murdered by one person who was visiting that night. The murderer is tall and agile and a high-ranking sailor. Or are we going to assume that it is the Randalls, the thieving sons and their father? And if we think it is the captain, are we going to arrest or absolve? The murder, if we absolve him, it was because the murder was committed in self-defense. Jack Crocker defended a woman against a violent and dipsomaniacal man. The mystery is solved, but you decide to keep it secret. There's no need to inform the police. Or are we arresting Jack Crocker, a murderer? And you will bring him and his accomplice, Lady Brackenstall, to justice. I think we should absolve him. Discuss. What do we think? He saved a woman from a woman beater. So, I mean, he's got that going for us. It's definitely him. I 100% think. And then they staged the crime scene to make it look like it was done by an outside gang. That's what I think anyway. Oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna go for the square one. Yes. And then we'll see if we're right.
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again?
Thank you for dusting up my
Right
PlayStation
away.
again. Barely an hour has passed, and I summoned him to my quarters again. Stop it. Demon! I don't know how to solve this. I had to solve two of them without you, Demon. What the hell?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London.
Now I had to solve this one without you, and I don't know if I'm right, but it seems very much...
It's true.
It is time for...
Yeah, tell me the whole truth and nothing but.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid and told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand.
That dastard.
He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid.
Oh, no, that song's stuck
It
in my head
places her
now.
in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
Wait, what? Don't be foolish. I wasn't even going to say anything.
Please forgive me, Captain Crocker. I wished only to test your sincerity. And your
Yeah, because
words
they
and
almost put a
deeds
bullet
have
in my
far
brain if I
exceeded
hadn't been,
my
like, fucking ready
expectations.
for it. I was barely ready
See
for
here,
it.
Captain Crocker. We'll do this in due form of law. You are the prisoner. Watson, you are a British jury. Captain Crocker, the evidence shows that you acted without premeditation and used reasonable force to protect an innocent victim from her husband's
Ain't the Victorian
brutality.
era a bitch, eh?
Your devotion pushed you to attempt to kill yourself in order to protect the one you love. Now, what say you, gentlemen of the jury?
Not
Yeah, I was going to
guilty,
say, don't
my
fuck
lord.
this up, was.
Vox populi, vox dei. You are acquitted, Captain Crocker. So long as the law does not find some other victim, you are safe from me.
Mr. Holmes.
It is a great responsibility that I take upon myself, but I will give Lestrade an excellent lead, and if he can't avail himself of it, I can do no more. Come back to your lady in a year, and may her future and yours justify us in the judgment which we have pronounced.
Yeah, don't fuck it
this
up.
night. Inspector, I'm afraid that the murderers have escaped us.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you failed? Never thought I'd live to see the day.
I mentioned the murderers, not the case. It is obvious that the crime was committed by 3 criminals who cannot be the Randalls.
You really think so?
You only need to find a gang of 3 thugs wandering around. I can trust you to do that.
If they exist, I'll catch
I
them.
love his just
You'll
enthusiasm.
find someone, I have no doubt of it. Goodbye, Inspector.
Bring in the usual suspects. Yes. Demon, I did it. Finally. And I chose to absolve him because that man set a dog on fire. The husband, not the captain, set a dog on fire and beat his wife. I will absolve the man that killed the husband. Very good. The Kew Gardens drama. What did the Gardens say? What kind of drama are they causing? Great, now I've earwormed myself with that.
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
Finally nailed one.
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you.
I love how there's just
I'm
like these
in
bees in
rather
the
a hurry.
apartment.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
He's not the only smarty pants.
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
And what does Toby have to think of all of this? We just left him alone with the friggin' bees. It's like the Wicker Man in there. Sometimes the game hesitates and it just freaks me out a bit. Ugh, fucking hell. Mm-hmm. Must be a pretty big area to load in. Oh my god. My arm is so fucking hot. It's like it's a weird stiffness.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
Are you just here to steal the plants? Both. I'm going to do both. I'm going to investigate plants and I'm going to steal the plants. All of the plants.
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time.
Don't be rude.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favor for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens, and that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do.
You just
Albert,
asked him to grab a bag of
show
fertilizer.
these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just
What?
2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here? In the large glass house?
Holmes?
Yes. Just here, near the door to the Colonial Collection. He suffered a heart attack. Just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
Bye, thank you. That was awkward, huh, Watson?
What should we do next?
We're gonna investigate.
The plants were here. All
Do
of
not
them were
touch.
stolen.
Somebody didn't get the memo. See, that's the problem. People can't read. You know? Been going through that the last 20 months. People can't read. I wasn't sure if I was allowed into the store. Well, the sign says 2 people, and there's nobody in here right now, so you can come on in. Well, everything changes like every day. No, the sign's been up for about 2 months, so...
Do not touch.
Anyway. My best story I have to offer you guys is I've been like really like just out of it this week because I don't care. It's very, very bad, but now it's no longer my problem. And many moons ago, to reach my brewery, you could get off the highway and then back on. Like, basically you could get off on one street or continue down 2 minutes and get off on another street. Depends. The city decided it no longer wanted both exits, so they closed down the one closest to my brewery. Shitty, because now you have to drive past it. You can see us drive past it, and then you get off at the next exit, but they don't tell you where to go. So unless you're kind of from the area, you have no idea how to get to us from there. In walks an old man, and I'm like, great. My favorite demographic to deal with in customer service to begin with. And he's bitching about a product that we're discontinuing. Why are you doing this? Sir, I'm sure I don't know. I work in a store. Well, I just find it's ridiculous. It's a great beer. I'm not going to argue with you there. So I get it down for him because he doesn't know what he's doing, and it's just easier if I wrap this up in a timely manner. And then he says to me, he's like, you need to tell me how to get back on the highway. And I was like, well, it's the exact same way you got here. That's how you get back on the highway. There's no shortcut. There is not. No. Out of the driveway, left, left again, left again. So you know how you made 3 rights to get to us? Make 3 fucking
According
laps.
to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead.
Anyway.
Soil. It should
Okay,
have come
from a flower pot.
pot.
Are you sure? Excuse me.
The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground.
Okay. Oh my god, so touchy.
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down
Maybe
here.
that was the ugly one. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think there's one more spot that I didn't get a chance to... Yeah, footprints.
The traces are thinner in some places. These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone
Somebody may be
staggered
dying
here.
of a heart attack. Could that be it? Oh, I got it. Still.
This pot was broken fairly recently.
Well, somebody tried to put it back together.
A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced. The door was smashed at shoulder height.
Mm-hmm. And the handle? The handle?
This door handle is new. It was recently changed.
Okay.
The esconson was breached near the handle.
Uh-huh.
The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection.
Very strange. Half of the Colonial Collection is absent.
Yeah, they said they fucking took it.
The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
Stone chip.
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow. A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
Okay, that's great.
These windows were perfectly clean.
Isn't that nice?
Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly clean.
Okay. I don't know what I'd do with this information. Isn't that one of those stink plants?
These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire.
British India, Singapore, the Cape Colony, Cape Fear, miscellaneous, Australia, British Honduras, Malacca. Oh, hang on.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts
It's
of the
a
building.
graph. Blood.
Blood. This sign is broken. Something heavy
Like a
was
body?
dropped upon it. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of
To
it.
the mine place. Is that even right? Has to be.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked? Was it an accident, or a murder then, I wonder?
Murder. It's always a fucking murder. Okay, what we got here? We gotta perform an autopsy. Was it a trap or a simple accidente? We must go. A statue fragment. Scotland Yard. Oh man, the panes of glass when you watch like it all pass by. Just throws my friggin' head for a loop.
I asked Inspector Lestrade to take Montague Dunn's body to Scotland Yard.
It's ready for autopsy.
Can I look through his wares? Yeah. Okay, what we got here? A pocket watch.
This watch is of great value. A membership card for the London Crest Club.
Know what that is?
A beautiful feather pen of a good make.
To Mr. F. Wayne, Director of Wayne & Sons Printing Company. My friend, your posters for the great exhibition at Kew Gardens are very beautiful, but it is surely unnecessary to mention all the staff. My name alone will be sufficient. Montague Dunn. It's a weird thing to say. Why would he say it like that? Staff room. No, I need to go to where the body sleeps forever. Yeah. To the morgue. Heck yeah. Give me that body. I just need to, yeah, gotta get to the body.
First of all, let us carry out an
Oh, are
external
we going in?
examination. There are no suspicious marks
We going
upon
in?
the chest. let us finish our external examination so that we can proceed
We're
with the
autopsying, baby. Why are his eyes open?
The vessels and the pupil of the eye appear quite normal.
But he has a mark on his head.
There is an injury to the skull, most probably caused by the fall in the water lily greenhouse.
Bye, Regino. Thank you for popping by.
The air from the lungs carries a faint
Somebody
floral
stuffed flowers
aroma.
down his throat?
No redness, stings, or bruises.
Well, that's good.
Nothing suspicious here. Now, let us examine the
Cool.
internal organs.
That's okay. We have an actual doctor. Oh. Why does it look like an operation game?
The heart's blood vessels show no pathological signs.
Sure. I mean, I believe you.
The heart tissue shows no visible pathological signs.
Yeah, we'll just turn it around, shove that right back in where we found it. We'll take all the lungs out.
The lungs are congested and edematous.
Oh.
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged, most probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant.
Well, you know, it do be like that. Yeah, just slap that right back in there. That's a liver, all right.
The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was suffering from an alcohol addiction. The liver tissue is brown. There are no visible pathological signs.
I hate that sound it makes. Take the stomach out, yeah.
The stomach tissues show no visible pathological signs. There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while before his death.
I hate that slapping noise.
My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Murder?
Yes, it is murder.
The plants did it.
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge,
Of solving
Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder
A
appeals
flower
to me.
did it.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No. We also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No. A few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson. It is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building? I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about
He seems kind of
Montague
conceited.
Dunn.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
A plant did it. Vegetal poison. I don't know what we're doing now. That lighting is very bad. I guess we're going back to Kew Gardens and just speak with some people there. Oh my god, guys, we can't be late tonight because I don't know if it's the second booster round, but I'm like doing one of these and I feel like I'm staring wide-eyed at everything so I can stay awake. So we'll call it soon here and we'll continue on with the murderous plant. There it goes. It's a big area to load in. as I was talking. Who the hell are you?
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
You're not sure, then? But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Okay.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Sure. Yeah.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday he would carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression. Great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that. If you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say. He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And...
he had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, he had an eye for the ladies. He liked the hookers,
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Yeah, I gotta get some new glasses too. Dirty collar. I'm married. Gardener's hands.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Okay. Oh my god.
Colonial Collection.
Palm House.
Harm House. Water Lily Greenhouse.
Dry Tropics.
Dry Tropics.
Ventilations. This place is fucking huge.
Ventilation system.
I read that as
Seed
Sneed.
house.
I don't know why. I told you I'm, like...
Nursery.
Fading fast.
Director's office, cloakroom, and laboratory.
That's it, right? That's all? Oh, heck yeah.
Locked.
Sir, can you let me in? Me and my partner need to be examining some shit. Oh,
Locked.
my God, what the fuck? Watson, get out of the way.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Yeah, actually. Hi, how are you?
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Hi, David, what's up?
She is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house. That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
Yeah? Do you work here? What kind of question is that?
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only. For I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
Tell us about the colonial.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
It's going
At the
where
moment,
I'm not
just
the
dealing
best
with
at
the
making
storage room. I
cases.
don't know much about the other rooms.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a
That's a
strained
very bold
one.
accusation.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path. I have to manage Kew Gardens, and I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the Deputy Director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed? Well, that is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honor of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
For now. For now, until I come back demanding those fucking keys. Yeah, his father just fucking died and was probably murdered.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Palm house. There's a lot of palms there. Okay.
According to this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building. Water lily greenhouse.
I think something was on this side. Oh. I think it's just the same thing.
According to this...
Oh, okay. What's on this side?
According to this, they have light and... dry tropics.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can't run.
These flower pots are beautiful. They are intended to be used for exhibition purposes. The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Okay.
Dry tropics.
Okay.
There is a smell of burning.
That's because there's a pile of burning.
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
Oh my god. Oh.
The remains of a picture frame.
That is the stuff
A
of
protective
fucking nightmares.
mask. Someone set it alight. but it did not burn. A broom handle was half burned.
Well, they needed to get the fire going somehow, right? Is that everything? I think it must be. It is not. Oh, there it is.
The plants were set alight fairly recently. Some have not completely burned. A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire?
Because if you're replacing it, then you don't need
The
it.
door handle to the colonial collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material.
Cool. Okay, guys, I gotta call it here because I can feel myself